regression to the mean and kind of how the ball bounces, or is there something that you guys or they did that made that happen?
I think they did a good job playing coverage with some of our stuff, and I think we failed at some routine plays, And when I say that, I always emphasize that it falls on coaches and players equally. But we had some drops in critical situations. Coverage-wise, they mixed up some things up. The bye week certainly granted them a couple of tells that I think helped them with some of the underneath stuff, and they were keeping everything in front. And sometimes, you just got to pound the ball away and make it just a slower, not as exciting game, but put points on the board and sustain drives. But we didn't do that. Credit to them; they just did a better job on third down, fourth down than we did.
You talked about pounding the ball. I think it was 270 some rushing yards. What were they doing that you guys weren't able to get?
They did what they do. They run a counter, they run a power sweep, they run some split zone and whatnot, they run some wide zone. They got the ball off the edge several times, not only on sweep, sometimes on outside zone. Some of it was busts, some of it was just playing really good. Sometimes it was just getting an extra hat there and we got to make an adjustment and get one there. So it falls on absolutely all of us, the way they ran the football. Knowing that they were banged up at quarterback, they did a better job than we did.
Just how disappointing is that? I mean, if they weren't throwing the ball downfield too often, like you said, he was banged up. They were essentially one-dimensional. Mm-hmm. How disappointing is that you couldn't stop them?
Extremely disappointing. I think, as you can imagine, the entire locker room was really, upset, down, disappointed. And you have to own it. You can't sugarcoat if this or if that. We didn't do a good enough job, and we knew it was going to be a great atmosphere. We had a pretty good feel for what to do and how to do it. We didn't. The routine stuff that we're good at doing did not show up, and then at the end, we certainly had a chance with the ball, to go and take the lead again, but we turned it over, and they took control of the game.
What was your message to them in there, especially going to the bye? We got 2 games left in the regular season.
The reality of it, got to own it. Got to own every bit of it, all of us. It's in this profession, when you take one on the chin like that, you got to be a grown man, you got to own it. There's no finger pointing, there's no, and by that I mean, starting of course with myself and every coach on the staff and every player, you just own it. And you don't talk about it very much, you just go do something about it. We have a bye week with everything in front of us to play for, to do something about it. And to make sure that, as sick as everyone's feeling, that I hope we all feel sick to the point where it drives us to be better. Because certainly that was not our best football. Nowhere near it.
Just offensively, you touched on the third downs being such a key, but you guys have been scoring so many points and yards. Was there anything else that kind of stood out to you that offensively that just didn't have those results?
I mean, it's a slow-paced game, but I don't think that should be used as a reason to be out of rhythm. I think we got ourselves, for the most part, except for the long ones, in third and manageable, and we didn't get it done. The fourth and short, that's a play that we've been really good in fourth down, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and turn the ball over to them. I believe it resulted in points as well. All the things that we've been doing good, we didn't do today. We did it, and hence, and on the flip side, they did really, really well. So.
Just a lot of things were going on in the game. The field goal opportunity you had there in the second quarter, 4th and 3, you decided to go for it. Mm-hmm. You didn't get it. Did you feel like you were kind of chasing a point? I know you went for 2. Just what was the mindset if you take the
2 points were late in the third quarter. You want to be able to make it a game that's exactly what the chart said and how we want to come back and be able to put ourselves in position to win. So we don't second guess that one at all. The 4th and 3 early in the game, we felt very confident about our 4th down package, felt that we had something there that we could not only have a first down on, but score on. So we've been aggressive all year, and that one, we were aggressive today, but that one did not work out.
I guess, like you mentioned, all the things that you've done well all throughout the year didn't really work out today. Is there maybe like an additional mental frustration? An additional frustration? It's like, well, everything we've been doing right didn't work today. Or is there a way to address that? I guess.
With reality, I don't think you just don't sidestep it. The film's going to tell everything. I'm sure a lot of guys are already in the iPads watching that. I know every coach is. It is frustrating. It really is. It's infuriating. And with all that being said, you have to own it. There's just no deflecting, you know? Get on that plane, eat it. Let it really make you upset, disappointed, and driven, and go to work. Don't, you never pay any attention to the outside stuff while you're doing well. You can't pay attention and fall to that trap now when you take one on the chin. It's time to buckle up. It's trying to be a grown-ass man and go to work. That's the bottom line. There's no magic, and no way, shape, or form we're going to try to, make it feel a little bit less than what it does. It hurts. It stinks. It's a really, really tough loss that we brought upon ourselves. And when I say that, I also credit to Georgia Tech. I don't disrespect other opponents when we lose a game. But we brought this upon ourselves, and we're going to dig ourselves out by doing the things that we do well and getting better. I have complete faith in this team, everybody in it, every coach on the staff, every member of the organization. Being hard on one another during a loss is a must. You must demand the most of each other during difficult times. And this is a difficult day that we have to handle, and we will handle, and we'll come together and shut out everything else and go to work.
Do a couple more for Coach.
I know you've talked all year about how Cam Moore is an alpha. You haven't seen him after a loss yet. Just what do you expect him to do over the next 2 weeks?
The exact same, get better. I don't think he changes. He never has changed. And I don't think the result of a game can change. The result of a game changes you. You never were. You were never what you said you were. 100% belief in him and everybody in the team. That's the biggest point of emphasis. Again, it stinks. It absolutely stinks. But 100% belief in everyone, and we got to go back to work together.
Mario,
Last one.
I know you've been talking about it, just the importance of galvanizing everybody, and you're confident. You talked about 1-0 mentality quite a bit all year long. This time, this moment for your team, and to not let essentially one loss be more than a loss. You speak on why you feel so confident in this group that you will be able to move forward.
This loss needs to hurt everybody really badly. All of us, in our gut, in our heart, in our gut, every ounce of our soul. It needs to hurt us. It does. And it needs to drive us. That's how we built this thing. That's the DNA of the program, and that is what we trust in and believe in. And we trust and believe in each other, so that's why we're going to get it done.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.